So I want to just look at the client and supplier areas of WorkflowMax. So we're on the dashboard here in the new interface. Clients live just up in their own little area here, and suppliers are under business and then suppliers. So if I go into clients, and then I can go all clients, and I can see clients or I can see contacts. So in this case I've got 5 clients, but I've got 6 contacts. So you can see the reason for that we've got Bob Smith, who we know at Bob's Vans, and we've got Paul Smith, who we know there as well. So you can either look at clients or look at contacts. The client information has the address, phone number, generic details. The contact information has the name of the person you know there, their individual email address, and any individual contact number. So if I go in here to, for example, Henley Homes, then you can see here any invoices awaiting payment, any that are overdue, and any WIP, so in other words, any hours or time against jobs that has not yet been invoiced out. I can see here who's the account manager and who's the job manager for this client. These don't have to be used, but a lot of clients do use them. So the account manager is the person responsible for that client as a whole. The job manager is the person responsible for their individual jobs, so who project manages their jobs. We can see the address here, and we can do a Google Map view if we want to, and we can see any individual contacts. So if I wanted to now, so we know Paul Jones here, I can add a contact and just put some general information in. So we know Mary Jones as well, she's also a director. Now we've got the details there. So that will then show us Mary and Paul, both of their details there. Nice and simple. Zero rated GST is one that confuses a few people. So that's basically saying, so no means that this person gets charged GST. If it was someone that was overseas, then they would have zero rated GST because they wouldn't get charged sales tax. The export code doesn't matter, that's only appropriate if you're using MYOB, but for online accounting that doesn't matter. And you can see at the top here I can also see all of the clients' leads, quotes, jobs, or invoices. Now while I'm in here I can also go options and edit, and that will take me into all of the client information. So most of this should be fairly obvious, but I'll talk you through it anyway. Account and job manager we've spoken about just before. Drop down the list and you'll have options here. If there isn't someone available from here, then it's because you haven't set them up as a staff member. So that's done from business and then settings. And then in the settings area, there's a staff area. And you set people up here. We'll talk about that in another video as well. So I've also got client type. Sorry, I probably should have left that window open. So client type, I don't have anything to pick from here. Client types are set up from the client settings here. So you might have, for example, different types of clients. You might have residential or commercial, or you might have different types of clients, whether they're small business or consumer or big business, for example. The client name, you can put a logo in there if you wish to have that. Contact details. So here we've got phone number, fax, email address, website. The address has a quick find on there. So if you type a particular address that is already in the, on Google, so if we did, for example, 50 Market Street, Melbourne, then it will do a quick search and then it will drop down, so you can see here it's picking all of the correct suburbs, postcodes and everything else, and you can just click and then it will enter it in here as well. You can add a different postal address, or if it's the same you can just keep it the same. And then for billing detail you've got zero rated GST, which we talked about before, and you can also have different billing details. So for example, if we did this here, then we perform the work for Henley Homes, but we invoice or bill Steve's Fish and Chip Shop. So maybe Steve Fish and Chip Shop is rented from Henley Homes or something similar. We can also add custom task rates. So for the task rates you've got in the system, you can say this client gets them at a particular rate. but a lot of clients we know don't particularly use that. They mainly just use these areas of setup. So I'll just save that back, and we'll go to one other area. So we'll go business and we'll go suppliers. Now this is in the supplier screen is still in the old user interface, so you can click in and you can see all of the details against a supplier. You'll notice it looks like the old style, or you can edit the supplier, and there's very similar information here to enter in as well. So that's entering clients, entering suppliers, and editing both of them.